Hey guys, welcome to the Homestead. So today we're going to talk about this wood stove issue again, and then more regulations coming down from the Biden administration on your appliances and how they're going to regulate them or they're going to try to regulate them. These are videos that I've done before in the past. They always get a lot of hits because people are concerned about, their appliances. Their appliances bring them convenience, and stoves are a big one because they heat your home in the wintertime. And so we'll talk about that in a minute. But before we get into that, I want to go ahead and make an announcement, the Perfect Pickler announcement. We have a bunch of things back in stock on the website, but the real announcement that I want to make for you guys today is that there's a free event that you guys can go to next weekend at Freedom Hill Community Church in St. Louis, or it's in the St. Louis area. Freedom Hill Community Church, it's freedomhillcommunity.com. They have these freedom conferences or conferences that are happening, and next weekend is one that's being given by Wendy Jackson. Her and her husband David ran the Perfect Pickler company for a lot of years. They are experts when it comes to probiotics. And see, right now, today, your health is very, very important. Having a healthy probiotic in your body. You don't want to buy those really expensive pill bottles at the store because you have no idea how actually effective those things are. They have to be kept in, environmentally controlled and, like refrigerated and all that stuff. Anyway, all that to say, Wendy is going to be giving a talk for free in St. Louis at the Freedom Hill Community Church. You can go to freedomhillcommunity.com. You can sign up. It's free to the public, but they want you to sign up so they know how many people are coming. And you can attend that conference. It's a 2-day conference. And so I urge you to please go check that out. It's free. You're not going to get better knowledge and information for free anywhere. Hands-on, you can actually see it. You're there. So I would urge you to go sign up for that if you can. Anyway, it's coming up next weekend, the 9th and the 10th at Freedom Hill Community Church. All that to say, there's a lot of stuff going on right now. One of the articles I saw that I wanted to bring up too is because of Labor Day coming up this weekend, the weekend that we're in right now, New York police has said that they're going to be using drones to monitor backyard parties this weekend, spurring privacy concerns. It says those attending outdoor parties or barbecues in New York City this weekend may notice an uninvited guest looming over their festivities. It's a police surveillance drone. The New York City Police Department plans to pilot the unmanned aircraft in response to complaints about large gatherings, because you can't have large gatherings. What are you thinking about? What is going on with you? You're only allowed to have 4 or 5 people over your house at the most, including private events over Labor Day weekend, officials announced Thursday. If a caller states that there's a large crowd, a large party in a backyard, we're going to be utilizing our assets to go up and go check out the party. They don't want to miss out on any booze, probably. What's going to happen for Sukkot this year, I wonder? Those are large parties. The plan drew immediate backlash from privacy and civil liberties advocates, raising questions about whether such drone use violated existing laws for police surveillance. I would absolutely say that's true. It's troubling. It's a troubling announcement, and it flies in the face of the Post Act. Said Daniel Schwartz, a privacy and technology strategist at the New York Civil Liberties Union, referencing a 2020 city law that requires the NYPD to disclose its surveillance tactics. Deploying drones in this way is a sci-fi inspired scenario. I know this is New York City, and what do you expect? If you're still living in New York City, well then, that's on you, buddy. So, but if a drone shows up over my airspace, and it is my airspace, as far up as I can reach, it's my airspace. If a drone shows up over my airspace and I have no idea who's flying it, it's going to encounter my Homestead anti-aircraft battery, which is chambered in 12 gauge, full choke. I otherwise call it Yeetus Deletus, and you will be without an aircraft. So I don't see that happening out where I live. However, if it does, that's going to be the result. And I don't care about any repercussions, because you shouldn't be flying your surveillance aircraft over people's private homes, trying to figure out what they're doing and why they're doing it. If you want to come talk to me, come knock on my door or give me a call. You can call I'm sure you can find, if you can find my Homestead, I'm sure you can find my phone number or my email address and just say, hey, what's going on? How you doing? You know, we're just interested in, you know, these activities that you're having at your homestead. Talk to me like a man. But if you show up in unidentified flying aircraft over my homestead, ye just delete us. Okay, let's go on to why I'm really here today. Ojai votes on revised ordinance to ban gas stoves for new restaurants. So every time I do one of these videos, there's always someone in the comment section saying, Zach, they're not really doing these regulations. You're just fear mongering. You're just doing fear. You know, you're promoting fear and shame on you. No, they're actually banning these things. They don't want you to have these things. They're trying to save the planet, don't you know? The DOE may rule to block 50% of current gas stove models. Now, a number of months ago, they came out with new regulations. The Biden administration came out with new regulations on new gas stoves. Okay, that's the new rule, the Department of Energy from the Biden administration. And then, just like they do with all of these, you know, hiring numbers and employment numbers, a number of days later, usually a few months later or 30 days later, they come out and they revise those numbers down. Because they say, oh, look at all the people who got jobs this month. And then 30 days later, when no one's paying attention, well, it wasn't so many. Probably more than half of those numbers were wrong. But nobody's paying attention at that point. It's the same with these. We're going to save you 30% on your energy costs by giving you new regulations, by giving the industry new regulations on how to produce these appliances. And then they come out with this article. Biden administration quietly revises gas stove analysis and reduces projected benefits. So, you know, we were saying that these were going to give you a 30%, you know, decrease in overall energy costs by forcing this industry that's killing the planet to have better appliances, and it's going to save the consumer money. And then now they're saying, well, not so much. It's not going to actually save you anything. It's actually going to make prices go up higher for all of these appliances, because it's going to make these small and medium manufacturers harder because they have to retool all of their equipment. They're not going to be able to produce these machines and appliances at effective cost, and so it's probably going to put them out of business or make them raise their prices so high that they can't compete with the larger corporations, of course, again. And so, you know, there's no savings whatsoever. And the larger companies who do make these appliances, well, they're not really giving you any savings in efficiency anyway. That's what the article states, basically. The Biden administration quietly revised its data analysis of gas stove regulations it proposed earlier this year, showing that they would produce fewer consumer savings than previously projected. Huh? Surprise, surprise. The Department of Energy filed a notification of data availability as part of its ongoing gas stove rulemaking this week, showing that Americans will save 30% less than it said they would under the regulations when they were first proposed in February. So how many months is that later now? So we have February, the second month of the year, and now we're going into fall. 6 months later, oh, you know those numbers we gave you? We were wrong about that, like completely. The newly released Department of Energy analysis revises downward the potential energy savings from its original cooking product rulemaking proposal, showing that the savings are even less than the Department of Energy originally projected and are almost negligible. The Association of Home Appliance Manufacturers, AHAM, a leading industry group, said in a statement shared with Fox News Digital on Wednesday. Okay, so here's the deal. The numbers we said are crap. We're not going to really actually save you any money, but we're still going ahead with our regulations. Now, keep that in mind, and let's focus on to this article that came out just the other day as well. Biden administration's latest home appliance crackdown is now ceiling fans. They're coming after your ceiling fans. See, we came after your wood stoves. No new homes can be built with wood stoves in them. Now we went after the gas stoves. We can no longer have gas stove appliances in buildings that are built for homes like apartment buildings and condos. They will no longer have gas hookups in their buildings, and new restaurants will no longer be able to use gas. But now, it's ceiling fans. We're coming after your ceiling fans. Ceiling fans are now the latest target in the Biden administration's green agenda, sparking pushback from Republicans and manufacturers. The Department of Energy is proposing a rule that would require ceiling fans to be more energy efficient, arguing the move would save U.S. households on energy costs. Geez, where did we hear that before? Oh, don't worry, these new regulations are going to save you money on your energy costs. 6 months later, we'll get the revised numbers, just like we do for employment, just like we did for the gas stoves, that these, cost savings are negligible. The Department of Energy wants to require ceiling fan manufacturers to make appliances more energy efficient. According to the Energy Department's analysis, the new rules would save households about $39 over the lifespan of the new energy-efficient fan. However, the cost to manufacturers associated with the increased equipment will total $86.6 million per year. So, we're going to save the consumer $39 in energy savings, but the manufacturers are going to have to pay millions upon millions, tens of millions of dollars more to just manufacture the ceiling fans, which is going to raise the price of the ceiling fans, and I guarantee you're going to be paying more than $39 for your ceiling fan. In addition to what the ceiling fan, actually cost. So there goes your savings right there. You're not going to get any savings. Listen, can I pay the extra $39 in energy costs because I make my own energy here? I am my own power company. Can I just have the, less efficient, ceiling fan and just... No, you can't do that because we're the Gestapo of the Biden administration and we're going to tell you what you can and can't have to keep your house cool. This is why I live in the woods. This is why I left the city. And I still have no idea why some of you people still live in New York City or some of these places where you have drones watching over your backyard parties. Okay, that's the news today. I figured I'd talk about this because, this is, again, something that's an ongoing observation here on my homestead when it comes, because, listen, fall is coming. I'm cleaning out my my wood stove. I'm getting it ready for winter because I rely on this as a way to heat and warm my home for the winter so that I can stay comfortable. And I like being warm in the winter. I see no problem with that. Apparently, some people in government see a problem with that. Anyway, just a reminder, the Perfect Pickler stuff is back on sale on our website. We took a long time to get all of the salt back in from the Celtic sea salt. We also have Redmond salt available for sale on the website too. There was apparently some crazy TikTok video that went around and it got viral because of the health benefits of the Celtic sea salt, and Celtic sea salt was sold out everywhere around the planet. And so you couldn't find it. It took me like over a month to get a new order of sea salt. But we have that back in stock, and so all of our products are now back in stock at perfectpickler.com if you're interested in creating your own probiotics. And also the freedomhillcommunity.com, the Freedom Conferences for free that you can go and register for right now over at that website. Check it out. All right, guys, see you next time on the Homestead. Bye.
This is Grandma. Grandma survived the Great Depression. She survived the Great Depression because her supply chain was local and she knew how to do stuff. Grandma was smart. Grandma told us to make do with what you got. She also said, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Homesteading is all about self-reliance and declaring ourselves to be independent from the system. We grow our own food, we raise our own animals, and doing these things helps safeguard our families from the unpredictable world that surrounds us. But what about banking? I love being my own power company, but what about being my own bank? Right now, our country is over $30 trillion in debt and rising. The Fed keeps printing money and the Congress won't stop spending money. Staying attached to the modern banking system and their investment vehicles is like putting all of your eggs in one very, very fragile basket. On one side, you have the threat of inflation and your savings value floating away. And the other side is a possible deflationary stock market collapse, just like what happened in the 1930s. Genesis Gold Group is like a basket holding eggs, and these eggs are impossible to break. History shows us that all paper investments have and will return to their intrinsic value eventually, zero. But gold, silver, and other precious metals have never, ever been worthless. In every collapse throughout history, people have turned back to precious metals to find monetary value. If you have a 401k, an IRA, or a savings account where you're literally watching the purchasing power inflate away, give Genesis Gold Group a call right now. Today, this instant. They can develop a strategy for you and the days ahead. I can tell you how I raise sheep, I can tell you how I raise chickens, or the best way to grow tomatoes, or how to hook up a solar panel. But Genesis Gold Group is your best shot at safeguarding your hard-earned savings and investments during this increasingly turbulent time in history. The link and phone number is in the description below, or visit their website at genesisgoldgroup.com. And be sure to say you heard about them from An American Homestead.
Hey guys, did you know you can become a patron of An American Homestead? They get access to private videos, and we send them gifts from the homestead that we make here on the homestead. And we also enter our patrons into special giveaways that are only available to them. And before you go, please check out these other great videos. Go ahead, click. Oh wait.